friends, welcome back to Cardz TV. I hope y'all had a wonderful weekend. I know I did. I watched a lot of football. And I know a lot of y'all probably did too. But we're back in the work week, right? Gotta get back to it. But we've got Thanksgiving to look forward to coming up pretty soon. But we need to get our Christmas cards and our winter cards made. So that's what we're going to be working on today. Now we're going to use Cardz TV Sketch number 73. This is a new one, and I've shown it to you before, but I mostly used it in landscape mode. Today we're going to use it in portrait mode. And I'm using my favorite Scalloped rectangle die, and y'all know how much I love this one, so we'll be using that on our card. Now to pick up the sketches, there's 73 now, like I said. Just go to my blog, cardstv.blogspot.com. You'll find all of them there. You can download any of them that you'd like, and I also have some digital stamps there under Mary's Digis, or also in the current post that's up. And I put this little bow over there, and I'm going to show you how to use it today. We're going to put it on our cards. But you can size this, you can fussy cut it with a brother scan and cut. You can cut a shape around it. Lots of ways to use it, and of course you can color it whatever color you want. You'll also find that at cardstv.blogspot.com. And this one you don't have to download, but you can. But I think you can just copy and paste this one into wherever you put your digital stamps. So that'll work out really well for you, I hope. Okay, let's get our papers over here. Now, if we look at this sketch, we see we have a card base, which is 4 1/4 by 5 1/2 inches. I used that scalloped rectangle die, and this is a dark and light paper, and it's got tiny little polka dots in it. I don't know if y'all can see them or not, but this cut out at 4 1/8 by 5 3/8. I'm going to put that down first. And then we go back to our sketch, and we see that this mat is 2 inches by 4 3/4. Well, I decided I wanted to back that with this darker piece of green. Now, this one is 2 by 4 3/4, and it's this cute little green and white that's got Merry Christmas all over it. But let me measure this one for you. I went up 1/8 of an inch. So this is 2 1/8 by 5. That's going on next. Right there. And then over here we have 3 squares. They're all 1.5 inches. And that is some more of that Merry Christmas paper. And I've also cut a mat to go behind them. And let me tell you what that is. That is 1 5/8 inches. So we've got 3 of these at 1.5 inches, and then 3 more in the dark green at 1 5/8 inches. I'm going to grab my glue and start putting all my pieces together and get them on the front of my card base. Now, I've got a link for that scalloped rectangle die down in the description box below this video. If y'all are interested, it's a whole set. When we get all of this on here, we've got lots of cute little embellishments that are going to go on here. They're just adorable. Okay, let's get our last little square on, and you can see I put these two down first so that I can get this one lined up and have the same amount of space between all three of them. That looks about right. That's looking very Christmassy. Being as it says, Merry Christmas, Merry Christmas, Merry Christmas. Okay, I was going through my stash. I tell you that a lot because that happens a lot. And I found a cute little stamp set. I forgot to bring it in here with me, but I'll get it in a minute. And it had these little peekers on it. There's several more in the set, but we've got a reindeer, and I turned him into Rudolph. We've got a little penguin, and we've got a polar bear. I've got them on foam tape. Now, I colored them with several different kinds of markers. My markers are starting to go dry. I've been coloring so much. So I use Spectrum Noir, Stampin' Up, and Copic markers to do all my coloring today. But look how cute, guys. They are adorable. I will show you that stamp set, and it is still available on Amazon, although I hesitate to tell you that because so many of you have been disappointed with the slow delivery times. But I'll go ahead and give you a link. This came from another stamp set that I've had for a long time. I got it at Hobby Lobby on clearance. I don't think this one is available anymore. It was a Stampendous set. But I colored these little gifts, and I've got them on foam tape. They're going to go right down here. And then for my sentiment, I've got no peeking. Get it? These are peekers, and these are Christmas gifts. I thought that went really well, really cute on here. I'm going to put that right there at an angle. And then here is one of those little digital bows that I printed out. Now, this is the original size. Let me tell you what size that is. Well, I left, here it is. Couldn't find my ruler, my trusty ruler. At its widest point, it's 1.5 inches, and that includes the where I fussy cut it and left the white part. And this way, it's 1 inch. So, it's, let me do that again. I forgot what the first measurement was. That's 1.5 inches by 1 inch, which includes the white left around it. So if you don't want to leave the white, just take off like 1/8 of an inch. But I've got it on a little piece of foam tape. I'm going to put that down flat. And then I'm going to put that little bow right here like a sign that says no peeking. Is that not cute? I love these little guys. They're just adorable. Let's go ahead and get these attached to our card. These were so easy to stamp and color. There's Mr. Polar Bear. And everybody's loving penguins nowadays, so we had to have a penguin, didn't we? Got that cute little penguin. Now, he's shorter than the other two, so this is going to be the next digital stamp that I put up for y'all, probably tomorrow. And this is Holly and Berries. And I thought I'd just put that right here to kind of take up some of that space where he's so short. That's going to go down flat. And here we have Rudolph. I had to cut lots of pieces of foam tape for these antlers. I did cut these out with my brother Scan and Cut, but you can go ahead and stamp them on your squares if you don't have any print or anything on the squares, and then they're already on there and you just color them on the squares, and then you don't have to cut them out. But I really wanted to pop them up, so that's why I did it that way. We'll get our gifts down. I'm just loving this little card. It came out exactly like I imagined it would, because I had it in my head all day. And when I finally started working on it, I got really excited. Okay, let me grab my tweezers to hold on to this, and I'll put some glue on it. Oh, the little sign, I cut it out of the white at 1.5 inches by 1 1/8 inches. Then the green mat behind it is 1 inch, looks like 1 3/4 inches. Yeah. And that is, and then we've got 1 1/4 inches. Let me tell you that again. Yeah, that's 1 3/4 inches by 1 1/4 inches. We're going to go ahead and get this put down. I think we want to put it right about here at an angle, just like a little sign, warning everybody, no peeking. Don't touch those Christmas gifts, right? You wait for Christmas. And we're going to put our little bow right there. And let's see where we're going to put this. I think it'll be cute. Maybe on this side. And this, the original size, which includes the white part, is 1 inch by 1/2 inch. And you can size these digital stamps. Make them any size you'd like. Oh my goodness. I love that. That is so cute. And I had such a good time making this. So y'all, I'm going to give you a link to the stamp set. You may or may not want to get it. It was only $3.99. It doesn't come with any dies, but it's so cute. I'm not telling you to get it though, but in case you're interested, I will give you a link. Okay guys, that's our first card. Let's move on to our second card. Before we move on to the second card, I just wanted to give you a quick look at this little stamp set. Now it is silicone. Some of them were a little tricky to stamp, but it was $3.99, so I didn't expect much at all. But the ones I stamped turned out pretty good. We've got this little giraffe up here. There's the polar bear. We've got a sheep, a snail. Here's Rudolph, a dog, a frog, a pig, a penguin, and an owl. We've got some speech bubbles and different size sentiments. We've got hello, best friend, who, me, Merry Christmas, thank you, thinking of you, miss you, sorry, and I like you. So there it is, and I will give you a link. Okay, let's move on to this little card. For this one, we're going to use Cardz TV Sketch number 68. And we've got our card base, 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. It's white. Now this red mat is 4 by 5 1/4. But I wanted to back it with something a little darker. So here's an optional mat, which is 4 1/8 by 5 3/8 of that pretty dark green. This is a super quick card. That's going to go down just like that. And then we've got these 3 pieces of cardstock, all in green. Our first one is this pretty green plaid. Then this one's going to go in the middle. It's another green plaid, but it's a little different. And then we've got this green and white with the snowflakes. And these 3 mats are 1 1/4 by 3 1/2. I'm going to get my glue and get all these attached to my card base. I'm liking all this red and green. Card number 1 was a Christmas card. This one is going to be more of a winter card. So you could use this for thinking of you or a winter birthday, even a get well. Let's move this up just a little bit. It could be a thank you card. Okay, we'll get the red one on. I think that's really cute with all those little mailboxes. Now, I laid my card right beside my sketch to kind of help guide me as to where to put these strips. And I put the top and the bottom first. And now we're going to put the middle one in. So it's not easy when you don't have any lines or anything to follow to get things exactly lined up. That looks just about even in between each one. Go ahead and get that put down. Now we go back to the sketch. We've got 2 mats. We've got a green mat, which is the same green as our border piece. This is 2 3/4 by 3 1/2. And to go on that, I've got a white mat, which is 2 5/8 by 3 3/8. I've already stamped it Winter Cheer, and I stamped some tiny little snowflakes with a stamp that I had, and I used Memento Tuxedo Black for those. I couldn't find a good color for snowflakes. If y'all know of a good color for snowflakes, let me know. But that's going to go right here. I'll glue that down flat, and then I think we're going to put this on some foam tape. Yeah, see, I tried gray. I didn't like it. It just didn't show up enough. Okay, I've got my foam tape on here. We're going to pull off the backing and get this centered in the middle of those border panels. If I can get this off of here. Y'all keep telling me to use my pokey tool, and I never remember. I remember right now, but I'm not using it. Oh my. Okay, let's get this centered right here. We want it the same at the top and the bottom and the sides. There we go. Now to go on here, because everybody's liking penguins so much, I've got this little group of penguins. Aren't they cute? Now, I colored them with that same assorted group of markers, Spectrum Noir, Copic, and Stampin' Up. And I used reds and greens and just a little bit of yellow. I've got them on foam tape, lots of foam tape, because they had all these little angles and places that I didn't want to cave in when this goes through the mail. So I'll get all this pulled off, and then we'll put this on the front. We've already got our sentiment winter cheer. So you can see how you could use this for a birthday card. Just a winter card thinking of you. A thank you card. Look how cute. I want to get them centered right there. Oh my goodness, they're adorable. And I think we're going to put another little red bow for another pop of color. We could put that right there. Oh my goodness, that's cute. Or we could put it over here. I think we'll put it over here. There's a little bit more room right there. We'll just put this down flat. This card has lots of dimension already. Scoot it over a little bit. Probably didn't need to put glue up at the top, but it will dry and before it sticks down to anything. So it'll be fine. Isn't that cute? I am just loving penguins these days. So there's our winter card. Here are the two cute little cards we made today. One for Christmas and one for winter. We used Cardz TV Sketch number 73 for this little card, and I had so much fun making that one. I just love that. That's my favorite, I think. If y'all have a favorite, let me know down in the comments. And this little card, we used Cardz TV Sketch number 68. And that one was fun too, with these sweet little penguins. Thank you all so very much for coming by and spending just a little part of your Monday with me. I hope your week goes well. And remember, I love you all, and God loves you all. God bless you all, and I will see you again soon with another card. Bye now.